Hello everyone, welcome back to Pharmacy India. And today we are going to discuss top 30 questions of pharmaceutical jurisprudence, that is from the topic narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. As you all know, Tamil Nadu government has released 425 vacancies for the post of pharmacist under the MRB, that is Medical Services Recruitment Board. For that, at 7 p.m. daily, you will get our lectures regarding the preparation of your pharmacist for Tamil Nadu Pharmacist Exam. So today we are going to discuss the questions from the NDPS Act, that is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. If you are new on our channel, then please may subscribe the channel, and also for the latest updates, please download the Pharmacy India mobile app from the Google Play Store for the latest updates, and as well as you may visit our official website, that is pharmacyindia.co.in. From there you will get latest updates, quizzes, daily job updates, previous year papers, current affairs, subjective blogs, college details. All these types of updates will be updated on our official website. Please may visit this website, and also you may follow us from the various platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram channels. The links we have provided in your description box. From there you may follow us. Now the first question is, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act was enacted in which year? In which year NDPS Act was enacted? 1990, 1995, 1980, 1985. And you all know the answer of this question very well. That is option number D, 1985. In the year 1985, the government has enacted this NDPS Act, that is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, to consolidate it and as well as amend existing laws related to the narcotic drugs and the psychotropic substances. By implementing this act, it was marked a significant step in India's strategy to curb the drugs abuse and trafficking by aligning national legislation with the international standards also. The next question is, what is the primary objective of the NDPS Act? What was the main motto or the primary objective was behind this Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? And the options are to consolidate and amend laws relating to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, or to promote the use of narcotic drugs for medical purposes, or to encourage the cultivation of opium poppy, or to regulate the sale of alcohol. Correct answer is option number A, that is to consolidate and amend laws relating to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Because if we talk about the primary objective of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act was to bring together and update all previous laws which were concerning about narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. This consolidation ensures a comprehensive legal framework that would be addressing the both prevention and as well as the control of drug abuse and as well as the illicit trafficking, or you can say that illegal activities. Now the next question is under the NDPS Act, what does cannabis, that is hemp, include? Now according to the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, the cannabis, that is hemp, includes what? Seeds of the cannabis plant, or the charas, or the stalks of the cannabis plant, or leaves not accompanied by the tops of the cannabis plant. And the correct answer for this question is option number B, that is charas. C. Act defines cannabis hemp is a broad and includes various parts of the cannabis plants, not only leaves or not only the stem. It covers charas, a form of a cannabis resin. Like in this inclusion, it is aims that ensuring all products derived from the cannabis plant are subject to regulatory control under the laws, or you can say that under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. The next question is, which of the following is not a function of the Narcotic Commissioner under the NDPS Act? From these options, you have to identify or rectify which is not a function of the Narcotics Commissioner under this act? The option number A is supervision of the cultivation of the opium poppy or the production of opium or the other functions entrusted by the central government or issuing licenses for pharmacies. And the correct answer is option number D, that is issuing licenses for pharmacies, because all the state pharmacy councils are responsible to issuing the licenses for the pharmacies or to run a pharmacy. But rest of these options are correct because these are the function of a narcotic commissioner under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, because the commissioner is responsible for supervising opium poppy cultivation as well as opium production and among other duties delegated by the central government. The central government issuing any kind of a duty, that is the narcotic commissioner has to follow that particular protocols also. The next question is what does poppy straw means under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? That is, options are saying all parts except seeds of the opium poppy after harvesting, or the juice extracted from the opium poppy, or only the powdered form of the opium poppy, or only the seeds of the opium poppy. And the correct answer is option number A, that is all parts of the poppy straw, that is opium poppy, after harvesting, not before harvesting. Because mind that. And if we are talking about the explanation of this question, under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, poppy straw is defined as all the parts of the opium poppy plant except the seeds remaining after harvesting. This would help to regulate and monitor the materials that could potentially be used for the illicit production of opium. The next question is which of the following authorities are empowered to appoint officers for the purpose of this particular act, that is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? And the options are only the central government, both central and state government, only the state government, or the Narcotics Control Bureau. And the correct answer is both central and state governments. What? Central and state government. If we are talking about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, this empowers the central government as well as the state governments to appoint officers for its informants. The dual authority will ensure a coordinated and effective approach in managing and controlling the illicit trafficking or the illegal activities that would be harm for our nation or for our state. Now, the next question is under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, the central government can constitute which of the following to advise on the administration of this particular act? And the options are the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Consultative Committee, or a committee of drug manufacturer, or a committee to promote drug use, or a committee for international drug conventions. And the correct answer is option number A, that is the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Consultative Committee. The central government is authorized to set up the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Consultative Committee. This body provides expert advice on what? On the administration of this particular act, that is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, which would be helping in shaping policies and also helps in ensuring the effective implementation of its provisions that are made by the state government or the central government under this particular act. The next question is what is the role of Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Consultative Committee? What is the responsibility or what is the role of this particular Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Consultative Committee? To regulate drug prices, or to issue licenses for drug manufacturing, or to promote the use of narcotic drugs for medical purposes, or to advise the central government on matters relating to the administration of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. And the correct answer is option number D, that is to advise the central government on technical matters relating to the administration of this Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, regarding the implementation and as well as the administration of this act. Now the next question is, the central government may constitute a fund called the National Fund for which purpose? The central government may constitute a fund which is known as the National Fund. But for what purpose? The options are to provide financial aid to drug addicts, or to control of drug abuse, or to regulate the sale of drugs, or to promote the cultivation of opium poppy. And the correct answer is option number B, that is control of drug abuse. National Fund is established by our central government to support initiatives aimed at controlling drug abuse or the drug addicts. The fund is helping in financing measures that combat illicit drug trafficking, or you can say that the illegal trafficking, which would be also helping in support rehabilitation efforts, and as well as by implementing this we will be preventing the strategies against the drug abuse. The next question is what activities are prohibited under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? What kind of the activities are prohibited under this particular NDPS Act? Cultivating any coca plant, or to cultivating the opium poppy for medical purposes, or the sale of opium to state governments, or manufacturing of opium by the central government. And the correct answer is option number A, that is cultivating any coca plant. If we talk about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, prohibits the cultivation of any coca plant, regardless of the what was the intention or for what purpose we have to use this, and as a part of its stringent measures to control the narcotic drugs also. The next question is what is the primary aim of the NDPS Act with respect to illicit traffic or the illegal traffic? The options are to facilitate the trade of narcotic drugs, or to regulate the price of drugs, or for the prevention, or the last option is to encourage the use of traditional medicines. And the correct answer is to prevention. To prevention what? But if we are talking about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, primary aim in concerning illicit trafficking is prevention, because by imposing strict penalties or established comprehensive regulatory mechanism, this act seeks to deter the illegal trade of any kind of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. The next question is, under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, what does addict mean? According to this act, what is the meaning of this term, that is addict? A person who occasionally uses narcotic drugs, or a person who sells narcotic drugs, or a person who cultivates cannabis, or a person who is dependent on or habitually uses any narcotic drug or psychotropic substances. And the correct answer is option number D, that is a person who is dependent on or habitually uses any narcotic drugs or psychotropic substances. Because if we talk about addict under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, it is defined as someone who is dependent on or habitually uses narcotic drugs or psychotropic substances. Now come to the next question, that is question number 13. What does the term coca derivative include under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? Only medicinal preparations containing cocaine, or second option is crude cocaine, epigonium and all its derivatives, and all preparations containing more than 0.1% of cocaine, or only natural extracts of the coca leaf, or only synthetic versions of cocaine. And the correct answer is option number B, that is crude cocaine, epigonium and all its derivatives, and as well as all the preparations containing more than 0.1% of cocaine. The NDPS Act defines as coca derivative in a broad term to which includes crude cocaine as well as ethylene and all its derivative, and also any preparation that contain more than 0.1% of cocaine. Now come to the next question. What is the role of narcotic commissioner in relation to opium poppy cultivation? Now we have to find out what is the role or the responsibility of a narcotic commissioner in relation to opium poppy cultivation. To delegate all decisions to state governments, or to encourage cultivation in all religions, or to remain neutral on the matter, or to exercise powers and perform functions related to the superintendence of the cultivation of the opium poppy and the production of opium. Now, from these options, you may easily find out the odd one out. That is your answer. And the answer is option number D. Because the narcotics commissioner is tasked with overseeing the entire process of opium poppy cultivation and opium production. This includes enforcing strict guidelines to prevent the diversion or also to prevent the illegal activities of the NDPS. That is narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. The next question is which of the following can the central government control regarding certain operations according the NDPS Act? And the options are fixing limits within which licenses may be given for the cultivation of the opium poppy, or regulating the trafficking laws, or setting standards for local sweets, or approving movie content. And the correct answer is option number A, by fixing limits within which licenses may be given for the cultivation of the opium poppy. One of the powers granted to the central government under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act is they have the authority to fix the limits for licensing opium poppy cultivation. Now the next question is, what is the role of Narcotics Control Bureau? What is the main function or the role of NCB? To issue licensing for pharmacies, or to promote the cultivation of opium poppy, or to enforce the provisions of the NDPS Act and combat drug trafficking, or to regulate the prices of drugs. And the correct answer is to enforce the provisions of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act and combat drug trafficking. Now, the Narcotic Control Bureau is responsible, or they serve as the principal enforcement agency under this act. They have the responsibilities which includes investigating drug related offences as well as the curbing drug trafficking or the illegal activities, and also they have the power to ensure that the legal provisions of this act are strictly followed by the agencies, but to preventing drug abuse, The next question is what is the main objective of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act with respect to international drug conventions? Options are to disregard international conventions, or to promote the use of narcotic drugs, or to encourage drug trafficking, or to implement the recommendations of the International Convention on Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances. The correct answer is to implement the recommendations of the International Convention on Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances. The Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act aim to align India's drug control policies with international standards by implementing the recommendations of the global drug conventions. Now the next question is if opium cultivated under a license is found to be adulterated, what action can be taken? The cultivator will be given a warning, or the cultivator will be required to pay a fine but can still sell the opium, or the adulterated opium is liable to confiscation, or the cultivator will be provided assistance to purify the opium. And the correct answer is Correct answer is option number C, that is the adulterated opium is liable to confiscation. And if we talk about the explanation of this question, under this particular act, if licensed opium is found to be adulterated, it must be confiscated. Now, remind this particular point which I have told you. Come to the next question. What is the range of imprisonment prescribed for illegal activities under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? He or she will be punished for 1 to 5 years, or 10 to 20 years, or 5 to 10 years, or 20 to 30 years. And the correct answer is option number B, that is 10 to 20 years. If we talk about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, they have stringent penalties for drug related offenses. For many illegal activities under this particular act, they have prescribed the imprisonment for up to 10 to 20 years, reflecting the serious nature of the drug trafficking, or that is illegal activities. The next question is, who can appeal to the narcotic commissioner is if aggrieved by the withdrawal of a license? Central government, state government, general public, or the cultivators? And the correct answer is cultivators. The act provides that the cultivators have the responsibility directly involved in the legal cultivation of opium poppy, and they have the right to appeal to the narcotic commissioner if their license is withdrawn. The next question is, which of the following statements best describes the legislative intent of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? Option number A is to consolidate and amend the law relating to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, and to make stringent provisions for the control and regulation of operations relating to such substances, or to promote traditional uses of cannabis, or to encourage the pharmaceutical industry, or to decriminalize drug use. And the correct answer is option number A, to consolidate and amend the laws relating to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, and also to make stringent provisions for the control and regulation of this particular act, that is to control illegal activities or illicit trafficking. The next question is, what is the role of central government with respect to the cultivation of opium poppy? Now, if we talk about the cultivation of opium poppy, what is the role of central government? To delegate all decisions about cultivation to state governments, or to fix limits within which licenses may be given for the cultivation of the opium poppy, or to remain neutral on the matter of opium poppy cultivation, or to encourage cultivation in all regions of India. And the correct answer is to fix limits within which licenses may be given for the cultivation of the opium poppy. The central government is tasked to controlling the legal activities or the legal cultivation of the opium poppy by setting strict limits on the licensing. This would help to ensure that opium production is closely monitored by the central government or the state government to confine regulated legal channels only. The next question is, which of the following best defines manufactured drugs under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? And the options are only drugs produced in government factories, or only drugs listed in international conventions, or only synthetic drugs, or all coca derivatives, medicinal cannabis, opium derivatives, and poppy straw concentrate. And the correct answer is option number D. That is, NDPS Act uses a broad definition for the manufactured drugs that includes all forms of substances derived from coca, opium, and as well as cannabis. And the next question is, what is the purpose of the National Fund for Control of Drug Abuse? To meet the expenditure incurred in connection with measures taken for combating illicit trafficking in narcotic drugs, controlling drug abuse, and as well as rehabilitating addicts, or to fund research on new drugs, or to provide financial aid to drug smugglers, or to promote the cultivation of opium poppy. And the correct answer is option number A, to meet the expenditure incurred in connection with measures taken for combating illicit trafficking traffic in controlling narcotic drugs and also controlling drug abuse and rehabilitating addicts. The National Fund for the Control of Drug Abuse is established to finance various governments initiatives aimed at curbing drug abuse or to control drug abuse. The next question is, which activities related to narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances are illegal under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? Medical uses or the production, manufacture, possession, sale, purchase, transport, warehouse, use, consumption, import, that is interstate and into India, export, interstate and from India, or transshipment, scientific research, or all of the above. And the correct answer is option number B, that is production, manufacturing, possession, sale, purchase, etc. Now come to the next question. Who is responsible for fixing the price of opium to be paid to cultivators? Who fixed the price of opium to be paid to cultivators? State government, narcotic commissioner, central government, district opium officer. And the right answer is central government. Central government has the responsibility of fixing the price of opium payable to the cultivators to the central government. Where shall the sale of opium to the state governments or manufacturing chemists take place? Government opium factories located at Neemach and Gazipur, anywhere in the state, private manufacturing units, or any licensed pharmacy. And the correct answer is option number A, that is government opium factories located at Neemach and Gazipur. And if we talk about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, this specifies that the opium sales to state governments or the manufacturing chemists must occur only at designated government factories, that is, they are in Neemach and the Gazipur. The next question is, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act provides for the appointment of which of the following officers? And the options are village health worker, narcotics commissioner, school teacher, bank manager. And from these options you may easily find out the odd one out or your answer, that is narcotics commissioner. Now come to the next question. What is the full form of NCB with respect to the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act? And you all know the answer very well. Narcotics Control Bureau, National Crime Bureau, National Cannabis Board, National Chemical Bureau. And the answer is Narcotics Control Bureau, that is option number A. And they have tasked with curbing drug trafficking or to control the drug abuse regarding the Narcotic Drugs and the Psychotropic Substances Act. And the last question, what is the punishment for financing illicit trafficking and harboring offenders under the NDPS Act? And the options are rigorous imprisonment for a term which may extend 10 years and a fine of 1 lakh rupees, or simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to the 5 years or a fine, no imprisonment but only a fine up to 50,000 rupees, or rigorous imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 10 years but which may extend to 20 years and a fine which may extend to 2 lakh rupees. And the correct answer is option number D, that is rigorous imprisonment minimum of 10 years and max to max 20 years, but fine would also be extendable up to 2 lakh rupees. These are the top 30 questions of today's lecture, that is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act from the Pharmaceutical Substance. I hope these questions would be helpful in your preparation for the MRB Tamil Nadu Pharmacist. And for latest updates, for daily updates, download the Pharmacy India mobile app from the Google Play Store. And also please may visit pharmacyindia.co.in. That is our official website from where you will get latest updates, quizzes, daily job updates, previous year papers, current affairs, subjective blocks, college details, etc. on this our official website. And you may also follow us from various platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram channels. The links are given in your description box. From there you may follow us. And for the preparation or the for more efficient preparation of your MRB Tamil Nadu pharmacist, I'll recommend you one book, that is Pharmacist Success Kit MRB Tamil Nadu, that is objective book, in which you will be getting 5000 plus MCQs, 25 model papers, 4 Tamil language eligibility papers, 4 previous year papers, and 17 online tests as per paper pattern. And this book is available on the Flipkart with cash on delivery option, and also on our mobile application, that is Pharmacist India mobile app. The link is given in your description. From there you may order it now. And we are also providing you, and I also recommend you, a theory book of MRB Tamil Nadu Pharmacist Success Kit, in which these all 11 subjects are covered, from where your questions would be asked from any of these subjects. It is also available on the Flipkart and as well as on our mobile application, that is Pharmacist India mobile app. The link we have given you in your description. From there you may order it. And for more such lectures and for more updates, please subscribe our channel, and we'll meet you in the next lecture. Till then, Jai Hind.